Fade me in, baby.
All right.
We don't
So,
even have our background lights on.
I know that's how much I feel like I suck today. Well, and I'll shed some light on that. So, the sickness keeps taking over our fucking house. I'm sick of it. It is now like really grabbed a hold of me. It only had a little bit of me, and now it's got all of me. And another kid down. I'm back at the doctor's office today for another round of $300. Fuck around and find out. Care now. And yeah, I'm just beat down. Like every time I feel like we're taking a step forward, there's 15 more backwards. And that's almost everything. And I know the odds are against us at all times. So it's not like it really bothers me that much, other than the fact of feeling like shit on top of it. Like I can deal with the back and forth of steps forward, steps backwards. But when you're like just feeling like complete dog ass on top of it, it makes it so much harder. So yeah, that's my little rant for the beginning. Yes, I'm in glasses tonight. Also, there's a whole nother thing. So yeah, I went to the eye doctor yesterday. I was having a pretty good day yesterday, I thought, for the most part. But I won't have eyeballs other than glasses
They said your contacts should come
for
in sooner than your glasses.
for at least a week. But that's all right because I feel like shit. So my eyes can heal while I'm feeling like shit. I just hope that all of this is come and gone by the end of the week or weekend at bare minimum.
Yeah. I'm to the point where I'm to the point where it doesn't fucking matter because we're not going to be prepared to go out of town. Because by the time we're feeling better, we're going to have all the kids again. And then we have them for 3 days and then they go back home or back, not even home because this is home, but they go back to
I only have
wherever.
them for 3 days. We don't have to do that much prep. And I got some stuff at the store when I was there today. Some
I'm
of
just
this,
talking about being able to focus. When we have the
yeah.
kids, we can't. I feel like when we're sick, when we don't have them, or we have something catastrophic happen when we don't have them, we're not a week behind, we're 2 weeks behind
Yeah.
because shit does not happen when they're here.
Oh, shit happens when they're here. It's just not anything that is productive for us. It's all productivity for them.
Yeah.
It's just less productivity for us.
Mm-hmm.
And granted, there are only 2 additional children get added to the mix, but it feels like 5 more.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it does.
Honestly.
Yeah. And today you said you felt like a failure. That's your feeling for today. Today, my feeling is that like being a working stay at home mom, I feel like is pointless because without the help of you and being up and able to help with Miles, and I think so many moms are about to resonate with what I'm about to say. You have to get everything done in nap time. Everything has to be done in nap time because you can't open a laptop because they start fussing and they need to be readjusted or they're stuck under a couch or they want a bite to eat. Well, you can't work and feed them at the same time. It doesn't work. Like you have to be so organized and so focused on your task list and get everything done during nap time. And then you're like, okay, well, I hope I can finish this. Let me just work on this. I just need, you don't get 15 more minutes. He's up. He needs a diaper change. He needs a bottle. Okay, well, now he's done with the bottle and now he's still pissed off and cranky. Like he wants somebody to sit on the floor and play with him. Like all of that is completely fine. But like, let's be real. Households in today's day and time don't run unless you've got two incomes.
That's true.
So me not working isn't an option, but I feel like I'm banging my head against the wall, not making any traction.
Understand that. You also were just like by yourself today for the majority of the day.
That's what I'm getting at. Like it
And
wasn't that you were sick,
it's not
so
like that every day.
no. But what I'm
And
getting
even there are days that we feel fine and I have to go run a job site or duck out for this or for that, which is why we really it makes this 100-day challenge way harder than it may seem because this is something that we commit to, right? The podcast is something that we commit to in general. Throwing the 100-day challenge on top of it is like super commitment, right? It's the ultimate commitment to this channel and to our viewers because we, well, when we say we're going to do something, we do it. And we don't like to let people down either. And so, sick or not, we're going to continue this journey that we started. But also, in the middle of this journey, we decided we were going to, you know, throw a whole nother LLC up
Mhm.
and then the burden on top of that. And so, while I appreciate that, yes, we're coming in here and we're starting the night venting, we've created all of these things for ourselves.
I understand.
But you wanted to say something else.
No.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay to vent. That's what this room is for.
I was just trying to get across to other women that I understand the frustration, and I know that there are times and days when you're not here, and that's probably the majority is that wives are trying to do a side hustle or work from home or whatever, or moms. I don't even like using wives. Like you could be single and trying to be a stay-at-home mom. Like shit.
Or just spouse in
In
general,
general, just
like,
trying to be
because of today's times, I
yeah.
mean, it's just spouse.
If you are trying to make an income while raising an infant, probably a little bit easier with a toddler. They're a little bit more self probably entertained,
Mhm.
an average toddler. Um,
Yeah, can you explain that one for us? What is an average toddler?
I don't like to use the word normal, so I
Uh,
use the word average.
so our baby
Does not
is
act
a
like a baby,
toddler
really, honestly. He's 7 months old and yeah,
and trying to crawl into mop buckets at 7 months old, pulling himself up in his bed to stand,
pulling himself up on
which is
shelves.
really awesome to watch. Like, I'm not going to sit here and say that I'm mad about it, but it's also it's a lot of work. I'm not mad about the fact that he's doing these things, that he's ahead of the curve by a long shot, by a fucking long shot, like probably a full year ahead of where he should be,
Mm.
honestly.
I wouldn't say a full year, but he's definitely
Size wise and
oh god, yeah,
brain
size-wise.
capacity wise, I would say he's pretty far ahead.
Well, he's got a lot of influence.
He does. Yes, he does.
He has a lot of
He
influence.
does. I love that for him.
I do too. But I also feel like too that when I'm by myself,
And well,
he's
he
used
wants
to
that.
having that
Yeah.
influence. Yeah, and so he's like, you know, not that he's acting out negatively because he doesn't do that,
No.
but like he was sitting on the floor playing and then you walked by him, I guess, because you were going to the restroom and then he just lost it. And I was like,
Yeah, he was pissed off because I didn't pick him up.
and then I can't think, and I'm trying to finish writing a blog post or an email campaign or whatever the task is that I'm trying to do, write content for a client. I can't process And that's mother intuition, and that's normal that
Yeah.
you can't think because your infant is crying or needing attention or whatever. Like, your body, like, legit goes, "That's the only thing you can focus on. It's the only thing you can hear." And so that's my frustration component is it's like, "Fuck, what am I supposed to," like, I just in those moments, I feel like, "Just fuck it, forget it. Let's just go move into a hotel." Like, I'm so sick and tired of having to fight so fucking hard.
Yeah.
It's just not. And then to that, it's like, okay, well, yeah, we're in a place where we probably could afford childcare, but I don't want to.
I
I can't.
know.
I think about it. I try and think I'm gonna convince myself
I
to do
know.
it.
I watch you.
Can't.
No cat.
Mm-mm. No,
That's
because
fine
then I
though. It's fine
think
to have all these feelings.
because then I think, okay, well, if I don't wanna pick him up and he's screaming because I'm doing something else, his non-parent is going to think the same thing, and he's gonna do more crying at childcare than he does at home. And I feel not that people are gonna come at me for this, but, like, yes, sometimes crying is detrimental to a child, and I don't believe that it's a 100%. Like, I believe that there's certain instances where it's not necessary for that child's development, for them to cry to figure something out.
I'll be the one that
Go
comes
for
at you.
it.
I because you and I see differently on this
Yeah.
to a certain degree because I know you agree with it sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes he can fuss, but then there's other times
There are
where it's
times where I want him to cry it out, and then you will go pick him up. And
yep.
I even voice it to you, leave him alone, please. Do not pick him up. Let him cry it out. He's almost asleep. Don't touch him.
And then
But
what did I do last night? He was hungry. He needed a bottle. He ate 8 ounces before he went to sleep. He
yep.
was crying because he was hungry.
And that's where mommy comes in.
Mhm.
But I had just given him a bottle. I'd just given him 6 ounces so that he double ate like back to back.
Yeah, he was convinced he was hungry.
Well, he had room for it.
Mhm. He
He
didn't spit
also
it up or anything.
no, but he like flooded his diaper.
Yeah, he did. He did. He processed
Like
it.
all of these feelings are fine, honey. This is what this room is for.
So
It's
frustrating.
to let it all out. It's to air it out. Let
So
and
we're not gonna be ready for when we go out of town. We haven't packed like we said. We haven't filmed any content like we said.
we tried. We've tried shooting content. Of course, that one try day was when we had people, the other two kids here, and I feel like we got a lot shot, even though your boob was hanging out.
I hate those videos. Like, I love the videos, but I hate the videos at the same time. That dress just got too big. Like, I lost weight since the last time I wore it.
Absolutely, you did.
Yeah. I was only like 8
You
weeks out from having
probably
a baby.
lost 10 or 15 pounds,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
your boobs were a lot bigger.
I was breastfeeding.
Yeah, they were nice and plump.
Yeah. Well, you can buy more.
I'm not degrading the ones that you got.
They're just not your favorite.
I didn't say that. Those are your words.
That's how I feel.
You are my favorite.
I
All
understand.
of you.
I understand, but you don't talk about these boobs. You talk about the boobs that you miss, not the ones that you have.
Oh my goodness.
It's like me being like, "Ah, I miss your tight balls." I mean, the saggy ones, I like those too, but oh man, I miss those tight balls. Like,
And you get both versions of them. They go from why can't a titty do that? It's the same type of material,
yeah, it does for pregnancy.
right?
So yeah, and they do, just not on the hourly.
I don't think it's hourly.
I don't know what your balls do. I'm not in there with them.
You want to be?
No, thank you. I'm sure it's like,
I can put a dash cam in there.
no,
Get you set up.
no, thank you.
Get Wi-Fi on board.
No.
No, you're good.
Yeah.
Maybe a little GoPro. Make attachments.
The nut cam.
Did you say the nut cam or the neck cam?
The nut cam. You know me, I gotta name shit.
Shaft cam.
The camshaft.
Now we're talking like for
Car.
mechanics.
Yeah.
Yeah, so anyways, welcome to the show tonight.
I just have a pissed off vibe, and it's because today was hard, and it's like Miles is definitely on the upswing, and his attitude is changing from feeling better. He's just
I'm gonna wear the shirt tomorrow.
embrace the suck.
Yep. It will be tomorrow's theme.
Tomorrow is Wednesday. I have a hair appointment tomorrow.
Yeah. What time is the not
1:30.
to be announced?
Why?
I don't know.
That's fine. This will air after my hair appointment's done. 1:30 tomorrow. What? You gonna be okay?
Yeah, I'll be all right.
I'm so fucking sick and tired of this. Like, I even thought about reaching out to Robert because he's got the like hazmat
Yeah.
certifications and stuff, and just having him come in and fucking decon the house.
Yeah.
Like, but at this point, we're all still contagious. So
Yeah.
what's the point?
Yeah, and I was reading the paperwork even from Care Down. They're like, all right. And we just did this. We literally just bought everybody new toothbrushes.
Oh, they want us to get everybody new toothbrushes.
Again.
Can we just boil the ones they have?
Think they're battery powered
Fuck.
because you wanted to be a little extra
Well, they were having a hard time getting their
brackets.
brackets clean,
I know.
and
You're a good mommy.
oh, well, it's not like the boy uses it anyways because he was saying that it was too aggressive. So
Yeah, he needs to slow down and take his time with things in life in general. Trying to teach him that.
I don't know if that's a boy thing or if that's a him thing.
I think it's a boy thing. Boys, I don't even think. I know that boys' minds don't develop as fast as girls, especially at this age. Like, just there's not a thought process behind anything at all. There's no predetermined thought process. Like, um, before I do this, I need to do this, this, and this to make that happen. Yeah, that doesn't exist.
No, it doesn't.
It's like, okay, well, I was told I need to go do this, so I'm gonna go and act like I'm doing it. I'm not gonna ask any questions. I don't know why I'm not gonna ask any questions. And I'll even tell you I don't know why I'm not gonna ask any questions. But I feel like I'm supposed to know how to do this. But I'm I don't know what I'm doing with my hands. Like,
Frustrates me to no end because I don't get it. I've never raised a boy before this 2 years.
it's not
So I'm just like
but it's not 100% just him either, Harley. The the
three,
girl
the three one.
is essentially the same.
I feel
It
like
may just be a
different.
generational I don't know.
I don't know. But yes, there are some instances where he just is like, and I'm like, I gave you a checklist home, dude. Like a detailed
No, when I
checklist.
tell her, she just shatters.
Oh yeah. Yeah, no.
And
I know.
I'm legit
I can't even tell her anything.
I'm just legit trying to have a conversation, and she just shuts down, and I feel like I did something wrong when I know I didn't do anything
I
wrong
know.
other than just literally communicate,
I know.
and then that's a whole half day ordeal.
Yeah, because it takes her forever to come back from it.
A whole half a day.
I know. I know.
And it's not her fault at all. It's not your fault. and it's not my fault.
No.
I'm not I'm not coming at her. I don't we don't go at our kids.
Time, maybe? I don't know. That's just like a whole nother defeated thing, right? Like feeling comfortable in your own home and when you're blending families and then just the walking on eggshells for different situations and different kids. Like there's a lot of it where sometimes it just fucking sucks.
Yeah, got that right.
There's a lot of it that's like, and I think on here we talk a lot about peaches and cream and just like how awesome it is and how great our relationship is and things like that. And so, like, I don't feel like this is, negative content. I feel like this is just the flip side of it all. And
I don't think it's negative content. I think
the flip side of it is it fucking sucks and it's hard. And blended families are not easy because you got one irritated, pissed off co-parent shitting in the kid's ear about the other co-parent or the life situation or whatever. And
mhm,
that can be on both sides. Like you don't,
yeah,
and then you got a kid who's like, whatever they're dealing with. And then only thing you're trying to do is fucking live in your own home, but you can't live in your own home because you got people living in your home that don't even fucking live here.
yeah,
That's like the best way I can fucking put that. You know exactly who I'm fucking talking about.
yes. Y'all like, know exactly who you are.
Mhm.
Be trolling.
Mhm. Thanks for that view count though. You helped the analytics. So keep sharing.
Yeah, and don't worry, work won't find out.
Wow.
The clan,
Yeah. It just
aka the clan.
the cult. Um yeah, it's just super frustrating. And
Speaking of that whole clan thing, don't they pay for like maybe cell service? Is that not built into the plan?
what plan? I don't know. Yeah, that's a whole him thing. It just yeah. We were talking about receipts and proving data and proving who and proving this. And I just got another receipt tonight that just goes to prove one of the lies. I didn't get it. Just fucking whatever. Just
No, it went like this. I'll say it. This doesn't seem like you want to, so I will. So we get the girls for 2 hours for birthday time. One of them's super stoked that she got a phone for her birthday from a co-parent. Little does she know that this is not a gift from him as much as it is from you.
yeah.
You are paying for this phone.
Yeah. It's it's his old line that he refused to turn over and refused to give back. And so he refuses to give me the phone because I'm actually paying for it. It's on my cell phone bill. And I left August of 2021 and his phone broke and he was like, I have to use my phone on speaker or connected to something or whatever, headphones, because my speaker on my phone broke. Well, he went out on after I left, he went out on an ATV event and it fucked up his phone. And then he was like, "Will you meet me at AT&T so that I can I can get a new phone?" And I was like, "If I'm meeting you at AT&T, like I'm going to require you like get off my plan." He was like, "Oh, well, you heard what the attorney said. We can't switch any bills." So he like flat out refused to take his cell phone off the bill. And I was like, "Okay, fine. Fine, what fucking whatever. I don't care." Well, so that was October. So then November happened, right? The whole breakdown thing happened with him, and then I went in and shared cell phone records, right? And then he miraculously was like, "I don't have 2 phones." Well, okay, so why does it say on the AT&T bill that that line's forwarded to a different phone? I suspended the number, still paying for the fucking phone, right? The actual phone itself. It's not an old phone. A 2-year-old phone I don't feel like is that old.
No, it's
I think
brand
it's an
new.
iPhone 14 or something, or I don't even know. Anyways, so Harley has been trying to communicate with me. Well, she sends me a screenshot of the contact card,
Yeah,
and it's his old phone number. And I'm like, well, no shit. That phone number, one, is suspended. Two, it's
and it's
blocked.
blocked.
So no, your communications aren't going to go through to me. And you know what his fucking response was?
Mm.
Unblock the phone number. Bitch, no, I'm fucking paying for it. I'm paying for the birthday gift that you gave to my daughter. What?
Dad of the Year award goes to that.
Dad
Yeah.
of the Year award. No, I think not. Like, it's just fucked up.
However, I actually bought her a present.
Mm-hmm. And wrapped it. Yeah. Yeah. So she was like, can you just unblock? I said, no, I'm not unblocking the number. Your dad can take that phone and put that actual phone, or not even that phone, because you're not going to be able to get that phone because it's still on my account. You can
You can go
actually,
ahead and bring that phone
yeah,
back to where it
bring
belongs.
the phone back to where it belongs and what you were supposed to do via the court order. But um, yeah, no, and it whatever. Yeah. So the phone number itself is suspended, but I still have to pay for the actual device for like another, I think there's like another 21 payments left on it or something. It was just, phones are expensive.
Yeah,
Phones are expensive.
a freaking
And then
$1,000.
you pay them out. And I maybe not. I think there's
It's a
only,
$1,000 plus the phone
anyways.
bill.
Yeah. So, anyways, I think there's like $500 left to pay off on that device. And then um, I will completely just, I'll probably just shut that number off. I don't want that number in my life anymore. There's too much connected to it. Like, I'm good. I mean, maybe it would be fun to turn back on and just see who calls, right? Maybe who texts. You never know.
I don't think we want that going to our daughter.
No, 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 no. I would transfer it devices for sure, the phone line. But yeah, so there you go. I just think
Actually, I
it's,
guess you could go. We could go get that put on a different SIM card.
yeah. But he,
Hey, I hear a FAFO coming up.
I mean, it's my number. It's on my account, and
Yeah, it is.
I gave him the opportunity
To take it.
to take it, and he didn't. But so
Mm.
now he had to go get, I think, a T-Mobile account and went. So he's more than welcome to add, Harley
And
to
because it's
his.
on your account, you should have the phone records. Oh, and what you do.
I do have the phone records.
Oh,
I
maybe we
do.
could shed some light on
Oh shit.
some current situations.
Fuck. I don't think he's using that phone number.
Not now,
Not now, but
but
then, yeah.
not too long ago.
Not too long ago.
Mm,
Yeah. She would kind of have to eat the truth then, wouldn't she?
I guess so, because it's not like he's not disconnecting it from
The truck,
Bluetooth
yeah.
whenever. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, Harley, or I said her name. Yeah, she's a little pissed off, but I'm not backing down from my ground. Um, I'm not gonna, if I'm gonna be paying for a child to have a phone, that phone's gonna reside here,
Hmm.
not there. And, he was talking about how he was like, yeah, Haley, I'm gonna let you travel back and forth to your mom with that phone, and his cell phone devices are not welcome in this home. And
No.
that's not what the court order says. I don't have to allow that phone here. I mean, there's a lot of stuff in that court order that, the final divorce decree, that I was like,
Yep.
this is what I'm okay with. This is what I'm not okay with. And you sat in the courtroom and with your arms crossed like a big old fucking douchebag, and said,
Bag of douche.
with your arms crossed like because you thought you were God and you were untouchable. And I'm pretty sure you probably still fucking believe that, which is why you've refused to pay the medical bills and the
And
sports bill and the choir fee. Um, but to each their own. To each their own. Uh, yeah, I don't mind spitting facts.
Yeah. Kinda hard to argue with the fact.
Yeah, I mean, I got screenshots. It's
Yeah.
I pull up a full fucking book. Did you know to that, there is actually a software that you can download and it will turn all of your text message records for either a specific number or all of your text messages into a actual bindable book that you can take to court and highlight and tab.
I did know, and I have done it.
Yep. Yeah, it'll take instead of having to have all these screenshots,
Yeah.
you can just print out your
It puts the
entire.
phone number next to
Yep.
the person talking
Yep.
and highlights and depending and it'll give you, like, a schedule.
Yeah.
This person's blue, this person's red.
Yep. Yeah, it'll print out the entire thing, and then and that way, like, it legit, it'll go all the way. It'll
Like,
have.
if you wanted to reference certain things, you just bust a highlighter out, boom, this conversation,
Yeah,
boom,
and then
boom,
you
boom, boom,
tab it,
boom.
and then that way when you go to court, it's there, and I my whole binder is still at the attorney's office when you go pick it up, but yeah, so anybody who there is a software, I don't know what the name of it is, I can't remember what it
Oh,
is
there's a lot
now.
of them.
Yeah, but you connect it to your iCloud account, it'll pull your iCloud messages because that's the
Mhm.
big thing is like
It's actually been around for a long
people
time.
don't want the screenshots, and judges don't want the screenshots either, they want the
They want the black and
full,
white.
yeah, they want the full thing. So yeah, that's what I did. I went through and that made shit a lot easier because it prints the pictures too. Like if you send an image
Oh, it's
in
you
the.
literally grab every time date stamp.
Yeah, you do. It's awesome. It's really awesome. Yeah,
Yeah,
so
another one of those little factoids.
yeah. Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. Well, we made it 30 minutes in. I'm not dead yet.
Yeah.
Went and walked around HEB as long as I could
Yeah.
to get some medication and a few items that were on the list. Try to knock that list down a little bit. And I got super winded. Like
You took a 3-hour nap today.
I did. I could have slept longer.
The baby woke up. I didn't have a Hannah was doing dishes and being super loud, and I didn't want her to wake him up, so I closed the bedroom door, and then I didn't hear him fussing, otherwise I would have got him.
Well, as much as I wanted to sleep last night and took Tylenol PM to do so, it did not work so well for me. I'm glad that you got some rest because you needed it.
Mhm.
I just said fuck it. Fuck it to the sleep last night. Tonight, I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Like, my body's tired, but there are certain times that it wants to sleep and other times that it doesn't give a shit to have it,
Yeah.
even though I want it. So it is what it is. I think we have time to get ready. I know you're super stressed out about it.
Oh, I'm past the point of stress. I'm just at the point of fuck it.
Well, so we can't tear down everything to pack everything anyways,
No,
and we have to get far enough ahead
but we can pack
to
2
do so.
but we can pack 2 cameras and just do our podcast with a single camera, which isn't horrible.
No, it's not. And packing down is not gonna be awful. It's just I've got to build a checklist, and
And
maybe
you
that's
keep
what I'll.
telling me like, "I need a day, I need a day, I need a day," and I'm like,
Well, I needed the backpack.
"I don't know what that means. I don't know how to just give that I don't know how to give that to you. Like, I don't know what that means."
I needed all of the stuff. So now that I have the backpack and I have the big case and I have the small case, and I can bring it all in here, and I can somewhat pack it down to a certain degree, and then build that checklist off of what I'm missing out of those things, and then I can make sure that I order it or go pick it up or whatever the hell it is that I need to do.
Well, it's not gonna happen tomorrow because I can tell you, you can't do shit when you're by yourself with Miles.
Yeah, I've got a pack and play, and he's got a bed. So depending on how I feel at what time tomorrow, maybe I will. Never know. See what happens.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know how I wanna pack that.
Mhm.
I'm gonna put all the cords in the bottom, take the foam completely out, put the cords in the bottom. That way they're
Mhm.
not scratching up all of the stuff.
Oh, that's smart.
And then the actual light, not the boxes, but the lights, probably go in that since the cameras will be going in the backpack.
Mhm. Yeah.
Because now you have me super scared about putting expensive shit as a not a carry on, but
A check?
a check. Yeah,
Yeah. Shit goes missing
I
real
didn't know
quick.
that you couldn't lock shit.
I
And
don't
even
think you
if we
can.
can't, well, like, why do they put locks on shit? Like, they allow you to lock your gun case when you go hunting.
It's different. It's a gun.
It's not like they're not scanning it. Man, have you ever been in the airport with a gun case? Or even a case that looks like a gun case? Because that one does.
It does look like a gun case.
I can't
Um,
wait for you to see the eyes we're gonna get.
if your bag
It's
is
funny.
unlocked, then our officer will simply open and screen your baggage if any alarms are set off. However, if you decide to lock your checked baggage and TSA cannot open it through any other means, then uh basically they can destroy your shit if they can't open it. In that, so say for instance that gets scanned and that goes off, right? There's a high likelihood that it would set off some type of screening alarm because it's
Yeah,
going
it's
to
gonna
have
have all sorts of metal
all
and cords
sorts
and
of shit in it, right? And so then if they can't break the lock, they can't do any of that. They will legit destroy it, getting into it to check it, and then they saran wrap it back together. Have you ever seen stuff that comes back through saran wrapped?
been there.
That's why. That's an expensive ass case alone. That's a $400 case.
Yeah. Yeah, I know.
That's why I'm like,
Is that a
what?
Pelican?
No, I don't think it is. I don't think I
I've
could
got a gun case that's that much money.
I don't think I could
It
afford
only
a
holds
Pelican.
a single gun. I had it laser cut. I had the foam laser cut, but appreciate the foam in this one because I fucked up. That's why I had to buy a whole new piece of foam to have that one laser cut for the gun that I have in it because I tried to cut the gun out myself and
Oh, I bet it looked awful.
yeah, I did.
You have to have one of those melting styrofoam heat
I
things.
tried it with just a long straight blade, and I even like marketed it.
Traced it, yeah.
Yeah, it looks professional now, and it is professional. But I appreciate that one because of how the blocks are in it,
Oh, yeah,
and you can just take exactly.
it's like little Lego pieces.
Yeah, it was a smart build.
Yeah.
And it is all about having the right shit for what you're carrying around.
Yeah.
So our carry-on will be probably 2 backpacks, would be my guess,
Yeah.
as we typically take our wireless Beats.
Yep.
I'll have the iPad for us to share, or maybe we'll both have an iPad. Sometimes we both take an iPad. Our MacBooks will be in a backpack, separate backpack with cameras and lenses, which that came in today. And then we'll have 4 checked bags.
It's gonna be expensive.
Yeah, it is.
Our first one's free each because I've got the Milos.
Yeah.
So each
Well, give them the heavy ones first.
well, they're free up to 50 pounds.
Yeah, that thing is already like 25 by itself.
Yeah. Well, because I can't lift that by myself,
I'll wait
much
until
less
I
I
load
was gonna
that
say
bitch.
much less when we pack it down. Yeah. It's gonna be crazy.
Like the bed of the truck will be full of gear.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm hopeful that 2 lights is enough. I'm tempted to take a third. I don't know why I would need it. At the same time, while
And
I'm
like I
sitting here
said, we're
saying that, I'm like, if you don't take it, you're gonna fucking need it in my head.
yeah, and I'm almost wondering if, like, our color casters, because these ones that we've
Yeah.
got, I'm wondering if I should just take these instead of those. But those have their own tripods, which are nice. But these will also attach to a tripod as well. So
Those look like they link together.
they don't.
They've got screw holes in the end.
Right, which is how they connect to a tripod.
Yeah.
They also have handles too, because you can color paint like a long exposure photo, and that's what
Yeah.
they're meant for.
Oh.
And I do still wanna take my Nikon to shoot, um, like, any photography stuff.
Yeah, any of
I
that
still
stuff
wanna take my
can there'll be
Nikon.
room for that in that little
Yeah,
black box. Like,
yeah.
we'll have more than enough room now that we have the backpack because the backpack will have these cameras will have lenses on them in the backpack.
Yeah, and I still think we need to take the extras,
No, they're already in there. They're already packed.
the extra lenses.
Yeah, they're already packed.
Yeah.
And my new zoom lens.
Lenses are so expensive. And to that, you're buying a lens and then you're like, "Oh, I'm gonna buy this one." And then you're like, "Oh, wait, I can't buy that one. It's the wrong mount." And then you go look at the right mount one and you're like,
It's $3,000? What the fuck?
"What the fuck?" And the only thing that changed was the mounting type. It's ridiculous.
It went from $600 to 3 grand,
Yeah. I found a refurbished one.
and it works.
It does.
Nothing wrong with the refurb.
No.
But dude, I plan on making some of this back when we're gone.
Yeah, me too.
And we're not taking all the audio stuff. We're taking all the wireless audio stuff, but
It's still good.
it is good.
It's still good. Oh, we don't have a we have a way we're getting there and we have a way we're getting back, but we still do not have a place to stay and we still do not have a car.
Do what?
Or I have not booked a place to stay and I
Okay.
have not booked us a rental car.
Okay. Well, I'm glad that I got 3 hours of sleep earlier. I'll get on that after we get off of this in about 45 minutes.
So, are you thinking we want to do Airbnb or are you thinking we want to do a hotel? Or are you thinking we want to do
I don't know.
I think we're going to do an Airbnb if possible, but I don't know what California's Airbnb rates are like.
Yeah, especially given that conversation we had with the solar guy.
Oh, with their power cost?
Do you guys know what their power frequency cost over there?
They use less of it, but they charge more for it, was basically what I got out of that conversation.
They're like 30 cents a kilowatt hour. It's crazy. We still have to finish topics on this,
What is topics on this?
on what we're talking about tonight.
What are we talking about tonight?
We're just doing us.
Oh, yeah. There you go.
I think we always do. Mhm.
Yeah, now I'm like, Vacaville, California, please.
I'm doing the same thing, and we're gonna have to stop because we're not
Yeah,
giving our people the attention.
they're not. But all these places are so stupid expensive or empty as fuck. How do you take a picture of an Airbnb home and it's empty? Where am I going to sleep? I don't know what the
Hang on.
I don't know what to
What's
do.
it called?
What's a hotel?
Vacker? VACK?
Vacaville. Most of these places are like super expensive. This is VRBO though, and I'm sure there's others.
Spell it for me one more time.
VAC, Vacaville.
Rebecca. There it is. Gotcha.
Travel.
Mm-hmm.
Ba-dum.
And here we go.
Has anybody done like
It's not bad.
days?
This is not bad. I can totally find something out of this list. And it's easier to view from this.
From the iPad?
Yeah.
Okay.
I got this.
You got this? You do this?
Yeah.
You do this for us?
I'm going to use the same rental company as Florida if they've got it. And we're flying into
This one's cute. Sacramento.
Memento of
This
Sacramento.
one's cute too. I could do this one. Has a nice living room for the podcast set up. Nice dining room table for podcast set up. That's one of the other things that I'm thinking about too when I book these is like
Don't want to be in a hotel room. Townhouse.
I don't do well in tiny ass hotel rooms. It's not my thing.
This is nice. This is doable.
This one's
Different
cute.
setups, different walls, nice couch. Yeah. Newly renovated.
Looks like we just need a 1-bedroom, but still, it'd be nice to have like a decent living room or
Close
kitchen.
to downtown. Maybe even in downtown.
Yeah, I could do a high rise. It's cute. What's the rental? What's that property management company? Looks like something I've rented from before.
Central downtown.
Here's this one. Same concept.
Mm-hmm.
It's really pretty. It's cute. It's funny. They used to have a fireplace and now it's all bricked off. I think California's been on fire one too many times.
The other part is we're going to have to check and make sure that the flood part is gone.
Oh, yeah.
For those of you that don't know, this is nice. This is more like us.
Show me. What makes it like us? Ooh. Oh, yeah. I like that. Ooh. That's nice.
And then the separate rooms for separate shots and
a pool. This bod ain't swimsuit ready.
doesn't have to be for anybody else but me.
Okay. I don't know what there is to do in Sacramento. The only time I've ever been to California is like, show me the beach. Take me to the beach, please.
I don't think we're going to have a problem finding a place. So I'm less concerned about that now.
There you go.
So let's move on.
So you can let that out of your head.
Yeah, the only thing that I was really concerned about was really like I said, the flood.
The flood issue from their little hurricane that they had.
Yeah.
It was a hurricane, wasn't
it? Yes, I do believe so. These are 0 lot lines. I mean, it's gonna be tight anywhere we go.
It's just us though.
Yeah.
Unless we can talk somebody into coming back and doing a podcast.
This is kind of cool. Everything's got a grill, so that's nice.
Yeah.
I don't need the pool, but I would like to get some sun.
Yeah.
This is not bad at all. Yeah. I'll find something.
You know, like all the sun that we got while we were in Florida.
That one day.
Yeah.
Actually, I got burnt that one day for a couple hours.
Oh, no, I was
the
talking
day at
about
the pool?
yeah, I was talking about the
And all the time we spent on the beach on somebody else's dime. Is that what you're talking about?
yeah.
No.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. It's like
The one day off we had to spend in the pool. I got
it wasn't even a full day.
no, it was literally 3 hours and I got burnt.
Yeah.
And I was done with that. It's all good in the hood. Yeah, dude. We got this, girl. Shit.
Mm,
I'm not worried.
'kay.
Although I don't know how close to Sacramento I really want to stay now that I see how close the beach is.
Mhm.
So how about we go to San Francisco and stay in the bay because there's some nice dining there.
Where?
San Francisco Bay Area.
Yes. And here's the deal, we only have to be in Vacaville
I
for one
mean, I'm
day.
not talking about going to Oakland.
Oh, hell no, I ain't going to Oakland. No. And I sent a message to a friend of mine who lives in California who I haven't seen.
At the same time, I don't want to be too far away.
Yeah, because traffic in the morning on that Sunday, like, be a bitch.
Well, and if we're talking about going to San Francisco and crossing the bridge and being on that side and then having to cross back over,
Oh, yeah, forget it. Like, fucking forget it. Traffic and you
like,
think
we'll just
traffic
go
in
all the way
Dallas
around.
is bad?
Just go all the way around.
Yeah, I think traffic in Dallas is bad. It ain't bad.
San Jose is not bad.
What did Oh, that's your mom.
Yeah, now I'm excited. I got this, honey. Don't you worry.
I believe you. I believe you.
I'm gonna get us a water view.
Are you?
You're damn straight. We're going. The hell, we going to go somewhere that close to the beach and stay in downtown in a city?
Yeah, this is true. This is true.
Nope. I'll wake up and make the drive. It'll be fine. I got this. Anyways, let's get back to this.
Well, here's the deal because we're flying into Sacramento, so we're going to drive through Vacaville to go to the beach and then drive back the next morning.
So, sorry, my right ear is out today. I don't know if it's popped or if it's just out in these headphones.
Switch your
It's just
headphones.
out
Hey,
in these
take your
headphones.
headphones off.
It is just out in these headphones. So I can't hear myself.
Mm.
Um. So yeah, this trip is about making relationships and also making some stuff happen while we're there.
Hmm.
So I don't want to say that we're dedicating, you know, any certain specific period of time just to ourselves because I don't know that we are.
No, I don't know that we are either. Yeah, I don't know that we are either.
At the same time, we can shoot content on a balcony overlooking the ocean. I think that would be pretty freaking legit too.
Yeah, to do a podcast like that, that
Yeah.
would be pretty cool. That would be really cool. Yeah, because you can take the camera, one camera, and set it up anywhere.
Well, and our audio being what it is, like you won't hear the wind or
No,
anything else
because
because
they'll be because it won't be like this. It'll be
yeah,
the wireless mics.
it'll be nice.
Yeah.
That gives me something to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not that I needed something else to do, but
I did so much marketing pre-build for Valor today.
yeah,
Yeah.
I hate waiting on the state.
Yeah. And I
We
almost
did this last time. Do you
yes.
remember?
Yeah.
You remember how long it took to get licensing?
Yeah.
Do you remember exactly how long it took to get licensing?
It was quite a bit. was quite a bit.
It was the longest I've ever waited. And yeah, it sounds like I've set up quite a few. That's because I have. Like too many. I don't even want to talk about it. But every time that I've set them up in the past, it's been instantaneous. Boom, here you go, done.
Mhm.
Boom, here you go, done. Boom, here you go, done. Like I'm almost scared to move things around. And I've even thought about that concept
Mhm.
about just adding an additional because master two at the same time.
Mm.
Am I sure that I want to take this one away from this one? What if I need it here? Like,
A little bit of fear.
or just in changing it back and forth and the amount of time that it takes. Like,
Yeah.
the fear is transferring it and then not having something in between
Oh, yeah.
because of the time frame of transfer.
Mhm.
Even though it's still, and that's what I'm getting at, is it's still staying here.
Yeah.
It's not the fear of the money going and swapping hands because that's not my fear. It's the fear of the downtime of the license.
Right.
And I've got so much shit in the freaking pipeline right now. Like I can't afford to stop the momentum.
No, and I've got a shit ton of money in this marketing and everything that I worked on today, and
And here's the deal: we can DBA that under the other thing until
well, and I didn't press go on any of the marketing, I didn't send it.
I know, but there's other thing, and I'm glad that you didn't because we're still not ready.
What are we waiting on?
There, the
The
we're still waiting
state.
on the state for one thing
Yeah,
in particular,
I got you.
and maybe we'll have it tomorrow. I would say we have a 90% chance of having it tomorrow, and probably a 95% by Thursday. one
That's
hundred
good.
percent chance by the end of the week.
Okay.
I've just never seen that part of things take so long because the last three I set up in 24 hours.
Mhm. It's not the case anymore.
This is recent though.
Oh.
The last recent three were set up in 24 hours
Maybe we're throwing red flags.
with the same names
Yeah,
of ownership.
right.
Um, I don't see why. Everything's free
Mm,
and clear.
yeah, I know.
So I wouldn't see why because you can own as much as you want to own.
This is true, as long as you pay taxes on it.
Yep. And even then, you can still own as much as you want to own. They're still going to come after your ass for the taxes, regardless if you're paying them or not.
Mhm.
They're going to find a way to get their money. They will get it. So I want to address a question that was asked
Okay.
on our channel today.
Oh, awesome.
I had a person ask me, and I got a reply out of it after I replied back.
Oh, you did?
So I don't know what the person's name is.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
not going to reveal their handle or who they are or
Cool.
whatever.
Yeah.
I'm just going to address the question. The question is, why don't we start interviewing people? And
Because
I
it
took a little bit of offense to that, a little bit, because here's why I took a little bit of offense to that comment. Does this mean that the content that we're putting out is not what you're wanting? Because we've asked several times for everybody to just voice in. Like, if y'all are watching this, obviously, I have the analytics in front of me. I know who's watching what, and it's really cool. And I'm really grateful for everybody watching and tuning in to everything that they're watching. We don't mind, and I don't want to call it interviewing as much as I want to call it conversation with other couples and
yeah,
like-minded people on
right,
this channel.
right.
But the question was, why are you not interviewing people, not couples? And so here's my answer.
Mhm.
We have other channels that we interview people on,
Yeah, but not
and they're
specific
business
to
specific too.
I was just saying not specific to this. I think maybe that person was asking like, "Hey, why don't you guys interview, like,
Yeah, an individual though.
or couples?" No.
Well, and so here's the response that I
Mm,
gave. I said, "Well, I'm more than happy to interview another couple. Or if you are a couple and you and your spouse would like to come on, I'm more than happy to entertain that idea and that thought."
mhm,
So the response I got back with is, "I'm single. I don't even have a girlfriend."
mm,
And if you want to watch interviews, and I'm truly not trying to steer anybody off of our channel or feel like I'm throwing shade at you. I don't want you to feel triggered or anything like that. But if you want to watch interviews and you like the content that we put out here, like I said, we have other channels that we post on. And so there's Construction Solutions Group that we do interview style stuff on.
mhm,
There's Feral Business Owners Podcast, so we do interview style stuff on, where we interview other business owners or business like minded people that are just like us, other entrepreneurs. And there's the Jennifer Clements podcast as well. So there are three more channels that you can check out that have maybe more of what you're looking for if you're looking for that style of podcast.
mhm,
This podcast is specific to myself and Jen, and then we welcome other couples to come in, and we've had other people here. Even on this podcast, we've done an interview style type with friends and couples.
mhm.
So it's not that, and I don't like to call it interviews because I feel like those are conversations. Like we're truly like
Yeah,
we're playing
and
catch up with a friend, or
yeah.
and we're just doing it on a recording.
Yeah, and I tell people when they book, because we've done a teacher who was actually a friend of mine.
Hmm.
We had a friend of mine come down from Oklahoma. They're again friend of mine, and then we had our friends Lisa and Chris come in and talk for a little bit, and that was impromptu. But when I tell people and people book for that, I'm like, I'm gonna need you to knock off at 4.5 hours.
Yeah.
Because here's the deal, it's like, I know anytime that I have to, like, I hate to cut something off that's going good. Like, I
Well, it
don't wanna.
doesn't get juicy until an hour and a half in.
Right, you don't really get comfortable, and I open up to the idea of, like,
All right,
"Oh, we're
let's
having a
grab a drink
conversation."
or whatever,
Yeah, like,
and let's
people.
get loosened up a little bit.
Yeah,
And even when they walk through the door, they want to start conversation. Or like, shut up.
"Shut up. Respectfully, I need you to shut up."
And just save that for the room.
Yeah,
Like, I know you want to see the kids, visit with them.
yeah,
You and I will talk in a room. That's what you came here for.
yeah, and
But at
2.
other times, they'll show up just to hang out,
Mhm,
and that's what that time is for. Like, we'll hang out outside of here, and like, not everything's conducted in here. But if they're showing up
yeah,
for this,
right,
it's stop them at the front door, and
yeah.
you got to hold your comments for the room.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And I think too, like, because I did put the ask out there, like, but nobody wants to. That's
Well,
what
I've done it too,
I've put the ask out there, but nobody
um,
wants to, like, jump on it.
and it's fine. It's fine.
It is fine.
People want to jump on the business side of things, so, and I'm excited and grateful for that because I like that as well.
Yeah.
Like, I can sit here. You and I are going to sit and talk to each other every night, regardless,
Mhm.
which is why we're like, fuck it. Why don't we just record it?
Yeah. And I even got sassy with you earlier. It's like, "Just press record because I don't wanna say this twice." I'm just frustrated with today. Like, I'm frustrated in the fact it's like, wanna get stuff done. I wanna be a better human. I wanna make sure I'm providing stuff for my clients, my social media clients. And then it's like, I know we've got this Valor Electric coming up, a Valor Electrical team coming up that's gonna be launching. And so I was like pre-building. that, and then it was like I needed to get all of my marketing lists compiled, which, I narrowed down specifically to a very specific service area,
Mhm.
got that nailed out, like, and then to that, like, I ordered our postcards for our very first postcard mail out campaign, Ooh, which are actually really cool, by the way. I hope you like them. I spent a really long time.
I'm sure you did a great job.
So those will be coming in, and then, like, just and
You're a professional in what you do, so I don't ever question anything marketing wise that you're doing
yeah,
because this is what you do every day for
yeah,
very large brands. So
very large brands. So it's just, you know, and here's the deal is I am realizing very quickly that I really only want to work with brands that will give me full control.
yeah,
Which is like
it
what
should be that way.
which is freeing and scary at the same time because it's like I know that's a lot that's a big burden to carry
Well,
of
and it can come
someone's
back on you real
exactly.
quick.
Exactly.
At
So,
the same time, if you don't have full control over it, how are you supposed to make it successful?
yeah.
And how do you keep that person like from blowing you up? Do this, do this, do this. If you set up, if you teed up right on the front side of I'm going to fully control this for you,
Yeah.
and you don't have to touch it. It's a set it and forget it. You just set it in my lap and forget it
Yeah.
type of thing. There's so much more freedom for both people
Yeah.
to do what it is that they do best. You do what you do best, which is why you get hired for what you do.
Yeah.
So there's no reason for them to maintain control over a group or a page that they're not going to do anything with
Yeah.
at all. Like legitimately, if there's chats that are started inside those groups or commenting that's happening inside of those things and they need an auto reply and all that stuff set up and they don't know how to do it and then they're calling you, how do I set this up? That's just more time that's being taken away from time that you could be building content for them.
Right. There's a lot of research that goes into building content, and there's also, like, a lot of trend research that I have to do that I and people are like, "Oh, you're constantly on your phone." You're right, I am, because you know how fast trends change?
Every day by the
Every
hour.
yeah, sometimes by the hour, like, you just never know. So trend and creating
Like I'll get something that I'll get a short that hits on YouTube,
mhm.
1 out of 100
Yeah. Well, then
if I'm lucky,
you take that same content and you take the exact same content, the
and
exact
remix it.
same post. No, listen, the exact same yes, to that, you remix it, but you take the exact same content and you try and put that on a different platform with that same headline or that
Oh,
same
and
tag,
it'll go
whatever,
like a fucking million
it'll
views.
go to a million views.
Not a
Or
problem.
you take it to another platform and it tanks.
Yeah.
You're like, I don't
Majority
fucking
of the time
understand.
from the one that these these podcasts get posted to. Like the short form in this doesn't go anywhere near as far as it does on any other social media platform.
No,
But
like my tick
also YouTube is not a social media platform.
it's not.
So
No.
you have to know what you're doing and what platforms you're doing them in. Otherwise, it's a whole lot of frustration and getting lost
Mhm. Yep. Tell me about it.
and then your clients are pissed off.
Because they don't understand.
And then they're calling you and then what nobody's winning.
Nobody is winning.
Yeah. It's just okay, well, here, why don't you have it back?
Honestly.
Just take it back,
Yep.
please. I'm done with it.
Yep. Enjoy your growth.
Yeah.
That's how I think about that.
There's not time for phone calls. You spend more time on the phone with other people than me.
Yeah. Respectfully. Well,
That was used in front of me at HEB today.
respectfully?
Yeah.
Well, explain.
So the lady checking out, there was a lady doing the checkout, and then another lady doing the bagging of the groceries.
You can't even
I
say
can't say it without laughing.
it.
Oh shit. I'm trying. Yeah. Curtis always pops in my head when we're bagging groceries. Sorry.
Mhm.
And I'm bright red now. So, anyways, I guess there was a different person doing the checkout before she was, like shortly before, and this chick that was bagging the groceries kept asking her, "Is so and so coming back? Are you just taking over? Are you taking on her break time?" And she's like, "No. Do you want her to come back? Like, do you need her back?
Why are you asking this way? This is odd.
Like, do you need her back?"
Yeah.
And then the girl bagging the groceries she's like, "Respectfully, no." And then the checkout lady's like, "Just because you said respectfully before you said no, do you think that like gives you an out?" Respectfully, but no.
I mean it. Like, I actually do mean it. Like, I don't use it as like an out of like what I'm gonna say is really not gonna be respectful. No. Although there are some people who
It was just
use it
kind
that
of
way.
funny because I hear it said in this house a lot, and
Yeah.
even our kids say it now.
They do, don't they?
Respectfully, and they don't mean it
No.
respectfully.
And then it'll be followed up by suck my butthole.
Respectfully, you can suck
Suck
my
my
butt.
butt. Yeah. It's our children. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's kind of funny that you said that. She's like, "No, I don't want her to come back." Like they didn't like the other girl that was doing the checkout.
Oh.
Neither one of them did. So they were.
So she wasn't like she wasn't it was
She
gonna
was
be
worried that she was coming back.
oh, okay. So I was like, it
She
was
didn't
one of
want her
two
to come
things.
back.
It was one of two things. She was worried like she didn't like the person that she was working with now, or she didn't like the person she was working with before. Like she was asking
Yeah,
for a
she
reason.
was trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
And me, I'm tuned into all kinds of shit,
Yeah.
especially at the store. Like I'm listening to 5 different conversations.
Yeah.
Like, what are they talking about? What are they talking about?
Yeah.
Oh, you're just standing in line. Might as well listen.
Yeah.
And then I, gave them shit when it became my turn to get in line.
Would you say respectfully?
Yeah. I'm like, respectfully, do you not like her or what?
Aw. What'd she say?
It's her face, like, and it wasn't this person, but her face reminded me of OJ.
Oh.
And I was like, no wonder y'all are talking. You just look alike.
Yeah. Shit. Oh.
Caught me off guard
Oh, because it
because,
looked like her?
like, identical. And I'm like, uh, had to go. You had to.
Oh yeah.
You're at this point,
Oh. Yeah, you
which
big
may be possible.
I don't know. I have no idea. Don't know.
I know y'all don't know what the hell we're talking about, but we do.
That's fine.
So yeah, who votes? I vote. We podcast overlooking the ocean in Cali,
Oh, you know what? This would be a good back and
or
forth.
even on the ocean,
This would be so we're trying out this new form of content that I came up with. It's basically like our text messages, but in video form. And so we don't text message each other anymore. We video message, and then I download all of the messages
which I hate.
and I blend them together. And that content's actually hit pretty good.
Yeah,
So
she need you to do one of those.
I will. I'll do a Cali one. That'd be a good one.
Yeah, I need one before then because I gave you the content for it.
We'll see what I can do.
All I have right now is munch. Munching stuff, which is fine because it gives me what I need for the day as the what it wants to eat up because it only eats like it'll chew up 3 before it actually wants to take the 2 that I really want it to
Yeah,
take.
to take, yeah. I'm not understanding the shorts. I don't know how they work, and I don't know the algorithm that it's looking for.
And it says there's like so many people that say you need to talk to this guru, you need to talk to this guru. Dude,
I'm so sick of talking
I'm
to
not
gurus.
spending money to talk to someone for me to listen to your opinion on how I should post content. I'm just going to do it until I figure it out.
Yeah.
I'm going to keep trial and error, trial and error, trial and error, and you can call me stupid or whatever. I don't care. Again, this channel is for organic growth.
Yeah.
I'm not buying viewers.
No.
A lot of people do that. A lot of people don't know that a lot of people do that.
Ooh, this is an amazing graph. We're screenshotting this.
What?
This tells us when our audience is on.
Oh yeah, I found so that's new.
Is it?
I saw that today. That's part of what I was trying to show you
Oh,
earlier.
okay.
Um, so there's since you're on that page, you can now go to the podcast
Yeah.
and see that 60% are viewing our podcast all the way through.
So Sunday at 3, Monday at
And it
4.
took 30 days for that analytic to actually create itself. I don't think it's new to the
Oh, you
platform.
think
I
it's just
think it's a
because it had because we
we
haven't
had to
been doing this 30 days yet.
not until
Not until this hit.
yeah.
I got you.
So I think it took a full 30-day to run a report.
It's basically after 12 o'clock. And then 7 o'clock, 7 o'clock is like
In the morning
PM, 7 PM.
is dead.
No, is
Fire.
fire. Yeah.
Yeah, so I typically I I've been trying to drop these podcasts at different times on purpose
To figure out when and where.
so that when these analytics came out,
Yeah.
they could tell me exactly how the podcast work. I do the shorts throughout the day at different times anyways
Yeah.
on purpose
Yeah.
because and some days were different than others. Like Mondays, right?
Yeah.
Mondays you would think majority of people are going to do the same things as they are on Tuesdays at the same time and they're not.
No, they're not. They're later.
They are later. They're much later.
Mhm. There's really not a whole lot that happens on Wednesdays, and I believe that that's because of church.
So Mondays, Wednesdays, Sunday early morning.
It's empty.
Yep. You know why?
Church.
And people sleep again.
Yep.
Sunday.
Yeah.
But Sunday afternoon,
Oh god, yeah. That's like the darkest part of the graph of the whole thing from 12 o'clock to
So Sundays in particular are a
so
day that
you would think here we go. So 6
Sundays in particular are a day that people are going to be that's their chill out day. Majority of everybody.
so 8 o'clock, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, so the cutoff, so 7, 8, 9, 10.
This is
10
our channel
o'clock.
though. This is
Yeah,
not
yeah, yeah, yeah,
everybody.
yeah. I know. I'm just saying our analytics.
Yeah.
Like 10 o'clock, like that's it. Like afterwards, the graph pretty much goes white.
Yeah.
Like, so if you're posting,
And there's so many different styles of content on YouTube.
there are so much.
And
This is a really cool graph. Sorry.
there's so many well and even to that, there's so many different platforms for podcast, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which is why we're currently only in 2 spaces podcast wise on this channel. For a reason. There is a reason for only being in 2 spaces at one time.
Yeah.
Because how they do organically right there over the next, I would say the next 60 days, 90 days overall will tell us exactly what I need to move into next.
Mm-hmm.
And given that we're on the 100-day challenge, about the time that it wraps up,
Here,
The analytic reading for us will be on point,
this
and then we'll know which direction we really need to
well,
go.
this is interesting. It says videos only 6%, shorts only 6%, but watching both forms of content 88%.
Yeah,
That's actually very shocking to me
it's a
based off
very
of our
strong number.
short yeah, based off of our shorts content.
Well,
I
and
would
the
have thought
count,
yeah.
but the count is not even real. Like, and here's how I want to explain it to you. Like the views that are staying stationed on what it says our view is not the real view. They're
Really?
only counting them as a view and that it gets stationed in that column if they watch it all the way through.
Mm.
Then it gets a full count. So because they viewed it, you're not getting the view for 5 seconds and it's a 20-second, you know,
Mhm.
video.
Mhm.
You're not getting that count if they stay there for 5 seconds or 10 seconds. If they didn't stay the full 20, you don't get that count.
That makes sense.
Because a while ago, I saw one that was doing, it was set at 93
Mhm.
on views,
Mhm.
but on the actual full count side, it said 17. And I'm like, what the hell is this?
Yeah, what the hell is this? Yeah.
So it makes me feel better
Yeah.
in the fact that I know the stuff's getting in front of people.
Mhm.
It's just they're not staying in for the full count.
Yeah.
So I put some very,
Speaking of which, munch is done.
I don't know if you saw, but I put some very like kind of raunchy titles
I saw it.
on tonight
Eye-catching. I did see them. That one is
to
up
see what happens.
well, and that one's up to 75 because that's gonna be like a, "I don't wanna watch this, but maybe I wanna watch it, so I'm gonna watch it," and
Yeah,
then
I
yeah.
did on purpose,
I figured.
but it's not that it doesn't talk about it either.
No.
I mean, it sexes up, right?
Yeah.
However, YouTube doesn't give me a sexy hashtag. It does. There's not a sexy hashtag.
Mm-mm. It
You
doesn't like
can't
that word.
you can't type in the word sexy or
Mm-mm.
sex,
No.
nor do you want it to be in the verbiage that you're using.
No, you don't. But
So
I
you got to
will
be
say
careful.
these challenge day ones are getting a lot more views
Than you thought.
than well, it's starting to pick up. Like,
Well,
it because it's consistent?
well, and that will grow because they. I've only got one dropping a week into Apple, and
Mm.
so that one is lagging behind.
Mhm.
But I also, and I know I told you that guys that I wasn't spending any money on this. There's one thing that I am spending money on, and that's driving attention into the Apple feed
Well, that's different.
because I have to spend money on Apple in order for us to even be visible there.
Mhm. Yeah.
And so I could drop daily,
You know, and it's
but I don't want to. I only want to drop weekly, and that that gives Apple's algorithm a different analytic report for us,
yeah.
which again is done on purpose for my personal self.
Yeah. No, I understand.
Like they're here. If y'all want to see them, they're here. They live and breathe here daily. So
Like, I just go back, like, to very beginning because I think this pretty much does it in, um, order, and I go back to well,
it
this
does.
is,
You can
like
place them in order too.
yeah, 1 month ago. Um, and this is episode 4, so I don't know where all the other episodes are. And this is episode 2.
I stopped calling. Well, so the way I started everything was seasons, and that's how they're labeled in Apple.
Oh, okay. But
Uh,
I just went
I
back to the
need to
big
probably go back and rename those so that I can get back on track.
yeah, I'm just going back and looking at some of this stuff where it's like 1 view, no views.
Because there's so in Apple, when you go look us up on Apple, season 2 and season 1, the difference between the 2 is like Construction Solutions Group. There's already a season 2 in
Yeah.
Apple, and that's CSG stuff
Oh, okay.
specific. So season 2 being all of CSG stuff, season 1 being all of Everyday Moment stuff, season 3 is going to be FBO season 4 might be.
I got you.
That way I don't have to build a different Apple account for every single one. Yeah, I might be cheating a little bit, but I don't care. If it
I
works, it
don't
works.
think you're cheating. I don't think you're cheating. Okay. This one I updated because it legit had no views, and it was from July 24th. So I want to see.
I've spent a lot of time in there renaming stuff, adding hashtags because when we first started, we didn't know that we needed to do this in certain areas, even in the title and the description. Um, and so I even have gone back into the business stuff that we've done on this page
Mm-hmm.
in particular, and I've gone back and tagged because you can tag the pages,
Yeah.
business pages, or you can tag somebody else's business page.
Yeah.
So even like when we did uh feel like I don't know this 100% for sure. I'll just say it. I feel like we did one tap.
Oh yeah.
I feel like we brought it into here for a second.
Uh-huh.
And so I tagged one tap and CSG in this and sent it back out.
I got you. Yeah, this one
And if y'all don't know what one tap is, well, go check them out. OneTapConnect.com.
there you go. Yeah, there's some stuff in here that even still doesn't even have any views or anything. So it's not like we are huge YouTubers
Yeah, we're
or
not.
huge podcasters. But
We're
that's okay.
not.
But what I am getting at is that like one of these has
Uh,
151 views. Like to me,
People
that's
are
a lot.
buying views, though. You can buy views too. Like,
That's
we're not
crazy.
doing that.
Mm-mm.
I watched. So for me, yes, I'm watching some competition, and I don't really even claim them to be competition. Um, I just claim
I
them to be
almost,
other people that are doing similar things, but not even really similar things. The conversations aren't similar.
yeah,
The I don't want to say they're not genuine because they feel genuine when I'm watching them. Um, that's just a different style of content,
yeah,
and I'm not knocking any of it by any means. It's not us. This is us,
yeah,
and it's everyday moments for us, not them.
yeah.
You just got you guys get to tune in.
So my Jeep's getting repaired.
Yeah, sure is. Funny thing about Jeeps, if you own one, guess what?
They're primarily plastic.
Or fiberglass,
Yeah,
like hard plastic or fiberglass. So
yeah,
yeah, getting a hell claim is kind of a pain in the ass. But if you have a wrap on it and you have hail damage, well, you get a new wrap.
yeah. I'm excited about that. Sheesh.
It's hard
Hopefully,
to like,
hopefully, fingers crossed, because you managed the claim. You were handling all of it
yeah.
for me. I appreciate that because otherwise, and to that, I was gonna ignore it because I don't care. I'm happy. Like it drives. I go to point A to point B. The inside of it is not affected by anything. So fuck it. Like I'm good. Him on the other hand is very much like
I want you to have something nice
we're
looking to
gonna
drive.
we're gonna take care of this. And so he did. He handled all of it for me. And it's continuing to. And the lady calls me and she was like, I'm like, no, he's not here. Can he call you back? Like I felt like an 8-year-old at home by myself. Um, like I'm not supposed to say I'm home by myself, but I don't know how to tell you that they're not here and for you to call back. Like
When I
yeah.
called her, she's like, "Oh yeah, I know who you are." I'm like, "I don't know who you are yet because I haven't talked to you yet,
Yeah.
but I do know that you guys were supposed to be out within 24, 48 hours, like the person that told me 3 weeks ago,
Yeah.
and I haven't seen you, so I just sent the damn thing to the shop."
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
So respectfully, y'all can work together.
Yeah.
And she was really nice. She's like, "So do they
Oh, a
have a
rap
third
company.
party that does reps?" I said, "Yes, they do. They're actually a neighbor company to them." And I even talked to the PDR guy,
Yeah.
Great little company. Um, which you guys will see them on one of the other podcasts. Actually, in 2 weeks, we're going to be doing
Podcast.
some podcast stuff with them.
Cool.
And you're picking up another brand, by the way,
Oh yeah, that's right.
which is the PDR company and potentially the wrap company.
That'd be really cool.
The wrap company will be wrapping the other vehicles depending on
You know what? If he
the level of
wrapped,
work we get
well,
on
here's
those.
the deal. If all this goes out the way it does, I would like for you to call the company that does a wrap and let them know that I want to come out and get that content
Of them,
wrapping it.
he's going to reach out anyway, so we'll just.
Okay.
I don't know that we'll be here.
Oh, if we're here when they wrap
Yes.
it, I want to get that content.
So this is the guy that does all the PDR guys' tent work.
Oh, good.
So he does all the tinting, the wraps,
Yeah.
all of this stuff. So
Yeah.
regardless, the Jeep is going to this guy.
Yeah. And I know this sounds silly to most people because most people aren't going to understand this. Probably, I know one of the reasons I didn't want to have it. And there's a big dents on the roof part of, but that's fiberglass. Well, Jeeps have the new, I guess the 2019s, 2018s, whatever they have, what's called the T top, and so the front or the Freedom panels actually is what they're
Well,
called.
those are actually metal.
The Freedom panels.
Yes. On the underneath, they are plastic. On the
Oh,
top, that part is metal.
oh,
On the back half, and
yeah.
this is what we were talking about, the
Oh,
back half is full fiberglass.
oh, but the T tops are metal
Yeah, on the top.
on the top. That's interesting. Anyways,
Because I had to build it out of a structure.
yeah.
There's not a way to fiberglass over the top of a
Oh, yeah,
plastic
because the
barrier.
Freedom panels come off,
Yeah.
in 2 different sections. But what people don't know, and if you've seen some of my content that I create inside of my Jeep, the inside of my Jeep is completely customized with my
Oh, yeah,
stickers.
she got a little bit scared about that.
And these are stickers from where I have traveled all over the country. And I put wherever I go, I get a sticker. Doesn't matter where we are. That's one of the things. I get a sticker and I put it on. And now the kids are even in on it. And the kids want to put stickers on the inside, which is
Okay.
totally fine.
Yeah, they get the back half.
They get they get to put stickers, and I even put stickers all the way in the back. And I know that people are like, but it's a Jeep. Like, and Jeeps are just rugged vehicles.
And a lot of people don't understand Jeep life.
No, they don't. Well, and they don't understand my personality, which is fine.
Well, it's Jeep life personality. Like, you have to be a Jeep owner to understand.
Yeah.
And I didn't even understand it until I owned a Jeep.
Yeah.
I really didn't. The wave, like, all right, Bronco owners, don't be throwing up the Jeep wave.
I had
Like,
what? I
and
had
they do. Like,
They do. You
they
ain't in this club.
go throw up some other sign to another Bronco. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
By the way, I encourage everyone before they buy a Bronco to do the crash test rating view site because I'm sorry, but Ford did not do it right on the Broncos. The Expeditions, the Explorers,
Yeah.
very safe. The Broncos, not so much safe.
Yep.
I would have thought differently.
Yep.
And the same thing with the rolls. Like you're gonna spend a half a
Oh
million to
my God.
$1 million on
I
a car.
can't believe they even crunched one.
Like I'll believe. You know they got to. They got to test them.
Oh my God, that's so crazy. But
And
no,
but they do this with Lambos too. Like
yeah,
a
I
million
know.
dollar Lambo.
Well, so what they did was is
Of course, a
it was
Lambo's gonna
either
smash.
it was either larger cars or sports utility vehicles, SUVs. So there were a couple things that I would classify as a car in there, but I guess because of maybe their weight or their wheel structure or whatever, they're classified as an SUV. But the crash test thing, like when I first watched it, because it was like a Bronco, and I was like, oh, this is actually gonna be really informative. That damn thing crashed like an empty soda can. I was
I would
blown
not want to be in
I
one of
was
those.
blown away by how unsafe the Ford Bronco is in a
And then you
rear
put a Jeep
crash
next to it,
test.
and I would have thought the Jeep would have smashed just like the
It
Bronco, but
didn't
no.
though.
No, it's got a freaking built-in roll cage.
I know, which is insane, right? Like I do not feel unsafe with Miles in the car. I do not feel unsafe driving him. Like,
No, if it had a lift on it, it'd be different.
but
Like,
she
if you
doesn't.
were in Pop Smoke, it'd be different.
Yeah, but she
But
doesn't.
no, she doesn't.
Her name's Betty White.
Pop Smoke was cool, but she started death walking
She did start a death bubble.
or
So her
E.
name's Betty White, but she's gonna get wrapped, so she's just gonna be Betty. So I guess she'll be Pink Betty. Because
I guess so.
we've had Black Betty. Now we have Betty White.
Black my Black Betty was a ridiculously long limousine truck.
Oh yeah, Dooley.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Long bed, dually, can't park it anywhere, lifted, just it was a badass truck.
yeah.
It
So
had 860 horsepower to the wheels, and I could spin that thing around like a dime. And you can't do that with a dually. Typically, can't break the wheels loose
brake traction. Yeah.
on a stock, but it was yeah, it was deleted, and it had some stupid tunes on it.
Mm. And everybody's like, "Why don't you want to get rid? Like, why don't you get rid of your Jeep?" And it's like, you know what? Like,
I like my Jeep.
we've
Leave me alone.
we've had this conversation, and and I thought there for a while, I was like, okay, I can let her go. And then
Even moved you out of it
you did,
into an expedition,
you
and you
did,
loved the
I
expedition. You
did.
can't say you didn't.
I did like the expedition, I did, and, there was nothing wrong with the expedition at all.
Well, when you were transferring between the 2, you're like, "I don't even wanna drive that." You got
Yeah,
into that for
I
a
know, I
while.
did get it, and then but then there was part
You
of
were
it.
also pregnant.
I was also pregnant, yeah, but then there was part of me where it was like, when I got back into the Jeep, I was
You felt
like,
young again?
I felt it was me. Like, it wasn't the mom me or the soccer mom me or the sports mom, whatever, it was, "This is just mine." Like, I got 2 12s in the back, I
It's
got
like a guy
LED.
having his truck or his sports car or his motorcycle. It's no different. You're gonna have to have you need something, I
Yeah,
get it.
it's just, and I've never been to a dealership. This is the first vehicle I was ever able to go to the dealership and be like,
This is mine.
"This is what I want. This is mine."
Mhm.
And put it in my name. Like,
Yeah,
that's a big deal
it is.
for, for people who are being financially controlled. That's a big deal.
Mhm.
And so and then you talked me out of giving it to the teenager because I was just gonna be like, "Oh, she can, she's age driving age."
Yeah,
So I'm like, "Okay, we'll just give it," and you talked me out of that. And the more I think about it, I'm like, she just needs a cheap ass fucking car. Like,
she does.
she just needs a
She's
beater.
gonna rag it.
Oh yeah.
Shouldn't need to rag that thing out. That's an expensive Jeep.
Yeah. And the inside of it's still in really good condition.
And to that, she will work to make a payment on something
Mhm.
if it's not gonna be in her name. She will have to work for it.
She's gonna have to work
And
for it
if
either
she
way.
doesn't make the payment, then she gets keys taken.
Yeah. Well, into that, because she's almost adult age, I don't mind co-signing for her on something
I don't either.
because then she takes the full ownership of that, right? And then it's like, if she doesn't make the payments, it's on me, which is fine. I don't mind taking whatever it is that she's
Mhm.
got.
Yeah, but then it's ours again.
Yeah, which that's what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like, hey, you realize that if you don't make the payments, you're not
You
just
get
fucking
repoed.
me. You're not fucking me over. You're fucking yourself too.
Yeah,
Like, you know, y- but I also understand having to be 18 years old and have a cosigner. I had to have a cosigner when I first bought my first car. So,
same.
but here's the deal. I hate having a fucking cosigner because then they feel like they have a say so in what it is you buy.
You're damn right, and they should. You disagree?
No, I'm just saying I hated it.
Yeah, no, yeah.
I was like, shut
But
up.
if their name's on it, yeah, they get a say so.
Yeah, but they're not making the payment. So,
No, it's their credit. You'll
mm,
understand
I know. That's
as
why
soon as
I'm.
you do it.
Yeah. Back to the whole Jeep wave thing. You and people are like, I don't know where the Jeep wave started. So the earliest wave could have begun during the World War II
Actually, I
as
believe it did.
as a way that soldiers to acknowledge each other while they were out on patrol. So the Jeeps,
And you'll actually find that majority of Jeep owners are
veterans.
veterans, retired veterans.
Yeah.
majority of them,
Mhm.
and majority of them also probably have, what's the word I'm looking for? Antique in their garage. An antique Jeep of some sort.
Pretty cool. Uh, the wave began after World War II when veterans, now home, saw each other in other vehicles they drove during the war, and it could be seen as a way to recognize each other's service. So, what I've heard is that, because you chuck up the V, right? Your hands are on the steering wheel and you chuck up the V. V is actually veteran.
Well, but you need to explain this because people don't understand that that's a V. They think it's peace. What's
Oh,
up?
no, it's not a peace sign. It's a V. V is for veteran.
And it's not, you don't put your hands over the steering wheel like
Uh-uh.
this,
You're driving and
and
it's
it's this,
this
and
and
you
your hand
see
right
it
now.
on mirrors,
Yeah.
and maybe now you will understand why you see it on mirrors.
Mhm. Because
It is
veterans.
out like this, not like this.
Mhm.
It is literally plastered on the mirrors like this.
Yeah.
It's a V, not a peace sign.
Yeah. So
It's not
it's
peace, love, hippies.
yeah, so that's where they say the Jeep wave came from because when these veterans came home, they were driving Jeeps. And so like that's kind of like where it originated from is like, oh, military, military, veteran, veteran. And so now that's the whole Jeep wave thing is that's why I'm it's one of the reasons I enjoy my Jeep so much. The other thing is just that she fits my personality. Doors come off, top can come off, like
I like it when the top comes off.
drive naked. Yeah. I've only
Only
ever
we made the mistake of driving
oh
for a long period of time
oh
when we
my god,
first
I
got
want to
together.
jab out my eyeball.
She's like, "Oh, you should get a Jeep." And I'm like, "Will I fit in one?"
At first, I was like, "Are you sure you wanna do a Jeep? Like, that's what you wanna do? Like, you wanna do that?"
I'm like, "Well, if I don't like it, I'll just, you know me, I get something else." And I did,
Yeah.
and I didn't drive it. Like, I tricked it out with all sorts of shit. Like, I had every freaking vehicle I ever touch. It's a fucking project, except for the one that I have now. I just bought it done. Like,
Well, and this and to that, it's like this one, thank God, does not have the air horn on it.
what do you mean? Thank God. The air horn will make its way back on another
Um,
truck.
I promise you it will. I promise you it will.
Yeah.
If I could figure out how to put one on a Jeep, I would.
Well, they made them smaller. They make them for motorcycles now, so they're like
Mm.
compact.
So I could get a motorcycle air horn.
You can actually replace your horn with an
Mhm.
air horn sound, the same exact size.
Could you imagine having to be the reason why the school puts out a parent letter?
I've been the reason for that horn for other instances.
Mm. Like, could you imagine being the reason that
Like,
you have to be listed in the
so
newsletter?
I had this horn on a truck that everybody has, the same damn truck, right?
Mhm.
And the only way you knew it was my truck was the horn. Like, it wasn't allowed, didn't have exhaust. It's just the plain white GMC driving down the road.
Yeah.
Everybody's got one.
Yeah.
Literally, everybody fucking has one.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a Jeep. Everybody's got one of those around here.
Yeah. You drive a Jeep in our town, you fit in.
Yeah, this is definitely Jeep country, but also it's also GMC country. Like,
It is a GMC like related topic or not topic, but like vehicle. Like you're more likely to see a GMC, Chevrolet,
versus a
Ram
Ford.
versus a Ford in this part of town.
Mm. Yeah. So, anyways, the white truck. You knew it was me because
Do you know how many times I wanted to beat you?
you know how many times other people wanted to do the same thing, but we're too chicken shit to say anything.
Yeah.
Well, they were too chicken shit to say anything to me. They didn't mind calling the cops.
He blew the air horn and he woke up my babies.
Okay, prove it.
And
Literally have the
so
cops showing up to my house. Sir?
did you blow the air horn
What air horn?
down the street at the residence?
I don't know what
Did you
you're talking.
excessively blow the air
I
horn?
don't know what you're talking about. I do not have an air horn. Does it look like I have an air horn?
Here's the deal. We have to deal with so much bullshit. So much fucking
Might as well
bullshit.
have some fun.
No, that's not what I'm getting at, but yes to that as well. We have to deal with so much fucking bullshit. We know PD.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
we know PD. PD knows us. We have a great rapport with
I
them.
actually love the relationship we have with them.
Well, and here's the awesome
Like
thing,
we literally do police chases for them.
honestly. I don't think we've told that fun story.
That's a different day
That's
because
yeah, because
we're
we're almost
almost
yeah,
there.
we're not gonna get into that tonight. Um, but
Definitely want to have that conversation though.
yeah, that was such a weird day. I was
There
thinking
was.
about that the other day too. I was like, damn.
It's almost been. It's probably been a year.
Yeah. I was you know what's funny is every time I think about having Tiff's treats, I think about that family.
Yeah. I bet they moved.
I hope they did. I know I would. I know I would have to.
Yeah. So we'll get into that story. I know we're gonna
We're
create the hype.
hype it up.
So we'll do that story next time
Yeah.
on day
And,
9.
and our baby is angry.
I hear him.
Me too.
All right. Well, were you going somewhere with something before we ended this?
Oh, what I'm getting at is it's like, because for some reason, like I feel like I've seen PD a lot in our little area
Oh,
recently.
not
Uh,
because of any air horns
No,
here.
not because of any air horns or anything really, even that has had anything to do with our address, for
Not
that matter.
anything that's done with us.
Yeah, well, and that's what I mean, like anything to do with our address. Period. Um, and it's to the point now where I'm just like, hey, y'all want to come in? Come in. Can I get you a water? You want? What do we want to talk about today? Like,
Oh yeah.
just like I know it's hot and I know they're hot and I know they do a lot for our community and they've done a lot for our family and like I know
Oh,
all
we
of that.
know them by face and name at this point.
Honestly, but yes. And so what I'm getting at is it's like we pulled up to the in our street the other
Yeah.
day and there was a police officer parked on the street and I was like, "Ah, what kind of fuckery do we have today? What is this?" And it turns out they weren't for our house. And so I was like, "Oh, okay."
Still say hi.
I know we did. He was like, "Hey," how are y'all? We're good. I was like, can get you anything? No, I'm all right. Okay, have a good day. Have a good, good shift or whatever.
Hopefully we don't see you again
Yeah,
today.
right. He's just, yeah.
Yeah. So on
It's
day
just nice.
on day 9, we'll talk about the car chase.
Was it a robbery?
It was a robbery, armed robbery at that. Poor lady should be traumatized for life.
And it's so
And
fun.
had we not been placed right there at that moment in time, the little fuckers would have got away with it.
And it wasn't just us. It was two other veterans. There were
Oh,
3 veterans involved in
one
this
of
bullshit.
we can't get into it.
I know.
Stop.
I know.
Stop.
No. But that I didn't ask the question for you to answer it. I asked the question so you'd be like, on tomorrow's episode, was it a robbery?
No, because I'll sit here and tell the whole story.
I know. I'm sorry. Okay. Wait. So we are officially, hang on just a second, with it's counting down to right at 50.
Why are you moving in slow motion?
So we're officially at 100 minutes.
Yeah. We're only 8 days into this damn challenge.
I know. What I was going to tell you earlier is
Challenges are hard, bro.
I know. Everybody right now is real big into this 75 hard. Have you seen I don't know if
Yeah.
you've been paying attention to social media, but
Yeah.
that's kicking up again right now. Everybody's doing the 75 hard.
No alcohol. Is that what you're talking about?
It's
That's what I saw.
Yeah, it's 75 hard, no alcohol, but it's like also where you have to work out twice a day. You have to read so many books. You have to get so much water. And then if you miss even just one of those things, you're a failure and the challenge ends, which I don't appreciate because I feel like that even if you suck at one thing does not make you a failure and that's
I'm all
where it
about the
ends.
75 days no drinking
Huh?
challenge.
What?
So I'm about 75 days no drinking challenge. Sounds pretty easy.
That part doesn't bother me.
Like, but how many people is that hard for? And why is that such a hard fucking thing?
Because it's all or nothing. Like, even the people who don't
Like,
have an
even
issue.
say you do it for smoking too. Like,
Yeah.
don't smoke for 75 days. Don't smoke pot for 75 days. Don't vape for 75 days. Don't smoke cigarettes. Don't
But you don't
just pick
know.
one.
But
Like, if you do all three, pick one and stop it for 75 days. Could you?
no.
Just one of those? If you did all three? If you vaped, smoked cigarettes, and pot, could you put one of them away? Could you put could you put one of them away? Guess not.
I was gonna talk, and every time I've tried to talk, you open your mouth again,
Sorry.
so I just don't talk. I was gonna say you can't judge what somebody is using that for coping for. So, while you think it's easy, while you think it's just something you can shut off, there's probably a little bit more that goes on behind what it is and why they are using that particular thing. Just like people, just because people say exercise is healthy still does not mean it's not a coping mechanism. Still does not mean that you are using it as an escape. Just because you are doing healthy things is your escape mechanism and your um,
You're giving a
crutch
lot of
or
people an out right
whatever.
now.
Huh?
You're giving a lot of people an out right now.
I'm not giving you an out. I'm just explaining that just because you're fucking healthy and you're doing a healthy thing does not mean that you are mentally fucking healthy.
No.
Does not mean that you are
I'm
better,
glad that you went ahead and said that
that
part of that.
you are not better than the person who's like, "Oh, my coping mechanism's pot." So fucking what? Your coping mechanism's working out. It just so fucking happens that's a healthy coping mechanism. Congratulations.
Yeah.
But it does not make you better than the person who's like, "Oh,
No.
I use pot because that's my coping mechanism and that makes me feel better." So like
That's not where I was headed with all of that.
that's where I was headed with it, was just because you're like, "Oh, quitting pot, stop for 75 days. Could you stop?" Well, okay, fantastic. Tell that to the same person who uses workout as a coping mechanism for 75 days. You're not allowed to work out for 75 days.
No, I was just saying committing to a challenge.
Oh,
That's where I was really headed with it. Like,
oh.
if you could if you did all three,
Mhm.
could you do away with one for a challenge?
Right. And I was going with it like people use it as a anxiety killer, or,
Oh,
like
yeah.
I said, it's a
Well,
coping mechanism. It's a therapy something for them. It's a security blanket.
it's no yeah, it would be like us not doing this for if we needed this, which we don't
Mhm.
need this by any means.
Mm-mm.
So we're gonna do this regardless if there's cameras or not.
Right. Yeah, I agree.
So I guess we do need this, but we don't need it on camera.
No, no, but I think it helps other people.
I think it does too.
Yeah. But that's also to me giving grace to every that is the way of which I give my grace to everyone. That's just a small glimpse of on the inside of how my heart works and how my soul works, is it's like you are no different. Like, and that's why I'm so quick not to judge somebody who's like, "Oh, I have a drug addiction," or "I have a whatever your thing is it's just because you have an addiction does not mean you're a bad person.
No,
It just means that you need some help healing with some stuff. And just because your addiction is healthy and their addiction is destructive does not place you any higher,
no.
And so
A
I
lot of people
think
do place themselves that way, though.
they do place themselves that way, but in my head it doesn't. I'm like, I work out 2 times a day. That's awesome. I'm really happy for you.
Well, I
I'm
drink 2 beers a day.
okay. Like, just because whatever it is that you do, "Oh, I eat a clean meal and diet." Okay, that also can be a very, coping mechanism thing, because that's the only thing in your life you can control, and you're focused on being able to control one thing, and that's the one thing that you can control. Is that fucking healthy? Nope, it's not. So you can't judge, like, this person drinks, this person works
I mean,
out.
you can, and
You
people do.
can, but what I'm getting at is it's like
You shouldn't.
you shouldn't do that, because they're equally addictive things. They're equally coping mechanisms.
Yes.
They are just categorized healthy, unhealthy, and it's way more than that. It's way, way more than that.
Yeah.
And I know you wanna end this podcast, but to me, this is, like, so freaking important that
Well, it's
people
mindset.
yeah, like, this is so
If you want
important.
something, you can do something. If you don't want to do something, you're not going to do it. If
No.
you wanna quit drinking, you will quit drinking. If you wanna quit smoking, you'll quit smoking. You don't have to do a challenge in order to do these things,
No, you don't. You don't.
but you do have to want something in order to have it.
Right.
And if you want healthy relationships, if you want a healthy body, if you want unhealthy things, if you want to do drugs, then those are the things that you're going to do.
Yeah. You can take
You're gonna do what you want.
yeah. You can take everything to an excess. I'm not saying that, like, you can take anything to an excess of make it an addiction. And with gastric sleeve surgery, like I had, and food being an addiction for a lot of people in the United States and a lot of people around the world,
I love to
food
eat.
being an addiction.
I wish that I could eat more.
Yeah,
I love eating.
food
I honestly do. It is a very comforting thing for me, and I love to eat. And there's a lot of things that I can't eat anymore that sucks.
yeah,
Like, I love a good salad.
yeah. Lettuce does not agree with you.
No, I can't have lettuce. I
So,
also like cereal and milk, and recently found out that I'm lactose intolerant,
yeah.
which I think is horseshit because I consume very little milk to begin with.
Yeah, yeah. Well, and, like and now, like, just what I was getting at with the gastric sleeve surgery is it's like food being one of the biggest addictive things, you will find gastric sleeve patients, bariatric I think that's what it's called,
Yes.
bariatric patients, because regardless if you get the sleeve or you get there's so many different procedures out
Yes.
there now, whether whatever it is, you're a bariatric patient, you replace you find
You
something.
replace that meal with something, whether it's smoking or
Yeah,
liquid
so you could do
or food.
alcohol, you could eat past your sleeve again and gain weight.
You can
You
actually
can
stretch your stomach completely back out.
you absolutely can. And then you can and then there's,
It'll take a
replacing
little bit of time to do that,
mhm,
but you can absolutely do that, and you're gonna be very sick trying to do that.
it's a very miserable process. You can
Any of it is, like, turning that into anything is, right?
what? Overeating?
No. Replacing after you've had a surgery and trying to overindulge in anything
Yeah, whether that's
is a very
exercise. Yeah,
miserable process.
it is. Yeah. But what I'm getting at is it's like, people don't realize what can turn what simple things can turn into addictions: shopping, exercise, um, food, uh, gambling. Like, you would be
Not
surprised.
eating,
Not eating, yeah, that's another big thing. Yeah. So, it's
sleep,
just yeah.
sleeping, not sleeping.
Yes. So, before you go and you judge anybody, maybe you ask them, "Wow, what are you trying to avoid feeling that you need this?"
Yeah.
And that's my thought process. When I see homeless people on the streets, or I meet someone who's an addict, or
Or
I
somebody makes a Facebook post.
a Facebook post about something like that, my first gut reaction is,
Okay, what are they dealing with today?
"What are you dealing with? And why what are you trying to avoid? What happened?" Like, I wanna know your story. I wanna know how you got there. What happened? What's your thought? I'm not gonna say I'm gonna agree with it.
But a lot of people, and I want you to understand this because I don't think you do, and you're genuine about what you're trying to do.
Mhm.
A lot of people are taking offense to you asking those questions.
It's not like I go up to them and ask
I
them.
know
I don't.
you're not a confrontational
I'm
person,
not a confrontational person, but I just
but you want to know.
my heart
You
aches
want
for
to know
them.
why.
Yeah, my heart aches for them because it's like, what are you trying not to
And
feel?
I know it's not intentional for you,
Yeah.
even whenever you do it, and you have approached people about why.
Mhm.
The feeling is it feels like they're being attacked
I
because
get
they
that.
know in their hearts
History.
that part of what they're doing is not right,
Yeah. Right?
and they want
There
to
was
change
there was
something.
some truth some truth in the trigger, right?
Yeah.
You know, and
Why you asked the question,
right.
and then it triggered a mind fuck for them.
Yeah. But my genuineness to them is I know and understand that what they are doing is for a coping mechanism and they are trying to numb or escape a feeling and or a situation or a
Yeah.
trauma or whatever. And so I look at them with a sorrow in my heart going, I am so sorry for what happened to you and I would love to know what it is that you are avoiding. What happened? It makes me tear up because I can think of our daughter and can see not that she is an addict of any sort, but I know that there are people out there that horrible catastrophic things have happened to.
She's a victim of being bullied.
Yeah. That they are trying to avoid that feeling of. And same thing with working out. Like you can focus so hard on one thing that you don't allow yourself to feel other things.
Yeah.
And it's all about control. Well, I can control if I take this or not. Well, then eventually the addiction kicks over, right? And it's like you no longer have control. Your addiction has the control. But it started off with you not wanting to feel things
And replacing it with something else.
and replacing it with something else. Yeah. And so it's like I don't feel sad anymore because when I go shopping, I get a rush. Or um, I don't feel sad anymore because when I go run, I get an endorphin run, and so now I'm a marathon runner. Or it doesn't make it healthy.
No, but
You
there's
know?
you don't have a clue what that person went through and why they're doing what they're doing
Exactly. So,
until you've asked the question and you've actually conversated with that person.
I think that would make a really interesting podcast if maybe even a series if we could get enough people involved, um, of talking to recovered addicts.
Yeah.
And I think that that would be a really open conversation on because for me, that's mental health and mindset. I'm a huge person on mental health and mindset. And
I think you could do that. I think that's a whole lot of more
it would
thing.
it
That's a whole nother series of stuff.
yeah.
And that's us getting deeper in the community, which I don't mind doing.
Mhm.
And that was going to take us reaching out to,
Yeah.
several different places and
Well,
getting in front of those people. But
and I know that there's a
I don't
couple
think that that's hard. That's a hard ask either.
I don't think it well, and some people are pretty quiet about being survivors, but I think it's really just gonna take me being out on social media and saying, "Hey, in January, we're starting."
Honestly, I think that we would probably both be surprised to the fact of how many people want to let that air out
Yeah.
so that they can just spit it out.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep. Well, there you go. That kicked off right there at the end.
Yeah. So we have two new topics,
We
right?
do have 2 new topics.
Um,
I'm gonna write them down
on
if you don't
100,
mind.
on episode 9 of 100, we have to talk about
The car chase.
the car chase.
Car chase, and then,
And
addicts.
also in that episode, we'll talk about the wreck.
Oh, okay.
So we'll just
You talking about
combine.
the one at the bridge?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we do the car chase and the wreck. And then that'll be 9. And then 10 will be
I'll see if I can't get somebody
maybe
scheduled for
something.
10.
Okay.
Well, and is the
What day are we on? I don't think we're gonna. That's a hard day. We have a lot
Thursday?
going on Thursday.
Yeah, we do. We do. Oh, well,
So
what I'm getting at
maybe
is it's
on
like
20 or 50,
yeah,
whatever that is.
yeah.
Maybe
Well, I would
mid.
have to schedule it out, but I'm gonna put the ask out there, ahead of time.
Yeah.
But yeah, I I wanna do a podcast series on that. I think it's phenomenal. Like, how'd you get there? What happened?
All right. Well,
Cool.
do the call to action here.
Alright. Well, thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate each and every one of you. I believe the last time I checked, we were at 151 subscribers, and we couldn't do this without you. So thank you so much for tuning in, liking, sharing, remixing, doing all of the things. Thank you so much. Best thing that you can do for us is like and subscribe. Drop us a couple comments if you can resonate with anything that we talk about. You can always email us at everydaymomentsforus.com or drop us a message on any of our platforms: YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, or TikTok. It's Everyday Moments for Us on every platform. So thank you so much for tuning in.
Thank you.
Fade me out, baby.
Okay.